Hi, my name is Steve Lamar. I'm going to walk you through how to set up Google Analytics 4 for Shopify. It's Google's new version of Google Analytics. They will be sunsetting the existing version, Universal Analytics, in 2023. So it's really important to get GA4 set up as soon as you can. Start building up historical data so you don't lose a lot of the historical and year-over-year data that you can currently get. So this is just going to walk you through the very basics of getting traffic and transactions and revenue tracking. It takes about 5 to 10 minutes. It's pretty quick. It will not set up the more advanced tracking like add to cart and product views and your checkout funnel if you're on Shopify Plus, but it will get you the very basics, and I do recommend getting this going as soon as you can. So to get started, get into Google Analytics and hit Create Property. Then put in your shop name. I'll just call it Shop Test. And I usually like to have GA4 on there so you can distinguish that between the other setup you have for Universal Analytics, and then hit Create. Now you're going to be asked to create a data stream, and this is basically where the traffic's coming from. Is it coming from your website, or from an app? So you're going to select Web, and then type in your website address and your website name, and hit Create Stream. Great, so now you've got your property set up, and now we need to grab this tag because we're going to add this tag to Shopify, and this will allow us to start tracking traffic. So I'm going to click on Copy here, and then go into Shopify, and then under Online Store, there's an option here where you already set up Google Analytics and added a tracking code. So down here, under Preferences, you can go to right here. It says Google Analytics account. You're going to leave this on because you want to run these in parallel. So you're going to have the Universal Analytics running and GA4 running at the same time. And so you're going to come here and add additional GA script here. This will basically fire on every page as someone's viewing all the pages in your site and push all the traffic and page views to Google Analytics 4. So I hit save there, and that's all set. Now you're going to be tracking traffic. So that's it. The next thing you want to do is set up to track transactions and revenue. So I've got some script here on my website. You can go to Really Good Data, grab this the tracking code here, and then go to Settings, and then go to Checkout and Accounts. And then down below here, you've got an option for Order Status Page. So this is any kind of code that will fire when someone hits the thank you page after they've placed an order. You may see some scripts already in here. If you do, just put this at the top. And what this basically does is this will kind of fire off when the page loads on the thank you page, but then it'll also pass over the currency, transaction ID, all your shipping information, and then all the item information that was included in that purchase. So before you save, what you want to do is make sure you change your ID. So I have this section here that says Change Me. You'll go back to Google Analytics, and right here is your measurement ID. You need to add that. So when this fires, Google knows where to place it and what account to put it in. So I'm going to paste that in here and paste that in here in these two spots. Just be careful not to remove the single quote here or the double quote there. But once you hit save, that's it. Now this is going to start tracking your revenue side when someone makes a transaction. So just to test this out so you can see what it looks like, I'll come to my website here, and I'm going to jump in Google Analytics just so you can see where the traffic comes through. So under Reports, we can come to Real Time, and this sometimes takes a couple of minutes or so to come through to see the users. But so you'll start to see numbers show up here. So I'm on the home page. I'm going to jump to a product page. And then I'm going to buy it now. walk through my checkout flow. Put in my dummy information and hit pay now. So as this is processing, I'm going to jump back to GA, see if it starts to track. Yep. So I have one user now, so that's tracking me. And if you have traffic already going to your site, obviously you're going to see a lot more than this. So you should start to see traffic coming through. You can also see the pages that were viewed. So I have my home page here, but then also the product page that I saw. And then in a minute here, we're going to see the conversion come through. So the thank you page, just to validate that looks good. And let's see, I'm going to refresh.